Hey, ARESxGOD here, and it's time to talk about Attack on Titan episode 2 from the final season. And what an awesome episode, still focused a bit on Marley, and especially on Zeke and Reiner and their time returning back, and the effects they've suffered from their time on Paradise Island. And it seems the future is changing the war landscape, so let's get into it and talk about it. Now, first scene of the episode. We're focused on the meeting of the top brass of Marley, the generals, the commanders, everybody there, even Zeke is there. And they're talking how their victory, even though they won, wasn't really a victory, especially in the eyes of the world. Because the Alliance put up a very good fight against them with the technology, the cannons they had, everything. It wasn't a one-way fight. They actually stood a better chance. Was pretty close. Closer than they would have liked. Even then, other countries are starting to feel the weakness, the change in the war landscape, everything. The Titans are losing their powers, their dominance. We even saw this last episode, especially during the war, and what everybody was saying. Now we have one of the commanders over there, Magath, and I feel like he might be the one of the smartest, or one who has his eyes on the future a bit more than the others. I think that the technology is advancing every day. It's moving and the Titans are getting left behind. He even made a very good point saying that if airplanes advance more than they have, you can see bombs raining down the sky. And what are Titans gonna do then? What can you do? You can be the most powerful Titan on Earth, but if you can't go in the air, what are you gonna do then? One of the generals there asked, don't have any flying Titans? No answer, I don't know, maybe they do, maybe they don't, we still haven't seen all of the Titans, but it's not really looking good for Marley's military power going forward. Now, this is where Zeke comes in. He suggests again to restart the mission, to get the Founding Titan, to recover their power. This is the key moment they needed to maintain their dominance over the world. And he's right, true, they need something. The world is not gonna wait for them to advance their technology, to get on par and even surpass the other nations. They need to strengthen their own power, and for this they need the Founding Titan. Also find out that he has 1 year left with his Titan, then he's gonna die thanks to the curse, where you only have 13 years left since you became an intelligent Titan. Now, also have some conversations after the meeting. Zeke talking to some people over there, especially with Colt, and he's still scared, has trauma, PTSD, however you wanna call it, over what happened on the island. Reiner also has the same thing, but Zeke, the thing he's scared the most, or that stuck with him, is Levi and his Beyblade move over there. He's living rent-free in his head. Honestly, Levi probably did the biggest number on Zeke. No matter how hardened he is, how good of a war chief he is, he suffered a very big defeat. Last season, I can't even call a fight what Levi did to Zeke in his Beast Titan form, because he didn't fought back. Like, you can't even call that a fight. It was just a completely one-sided. Levi mad, obliterated him. He barely got out alive. He didn't stood a chance against Levi. And keep in mind, Levi killed, I don't even remember how many Titans, just to get to him. And then he completely destroyed him. No matter what anybody says, I'm not gonna call that one a fight. It was just a beat down, plain and simple, from Levi to Zeke. And he's still in his head right now. Hope you're gonna see a rematch. I want Levi to destroy him again, honestly. Now, also have Colt, the one who's supposed to inherit the Titan, being impressed by Zeke. Why he's so impressive, what's his secret. Colt is Falco's brother, and I'll get to talk about Falco also a bit. Now Zeke makes a joke over there saying his biggest secret is his special ass wipe technique. You never know, might be some very special ass wipe technique. Maybe he's using the 3 shells from Demolition Man. A boomer movie, watch it, it's very enjoyable. Sylvester Stallone. Now, also have Reiner with his trauma now. He's scared of Mikasa, everything he went through, the way his personality shifted, trying to imitate Marcel, and we find out Galliard, the Joe Titan, is also Marcel's brother. He's very mad at Reiner for what happened to Marcel, for how Reiner started imitating his brother. We also find out what happened to Ymir. Galliard was the one who ate her to inherit the Titan. I still don't know why. I don't like it, honestly, why Ymir made that choice to go back. I would have loved for her to stay with Historia, but hey, what can you do? She made her decision. She died by it, so to say. And this is why Galliard has the Joe Titan now. And honestly, I kind of like him more than Marcel, but we haven't seen Marcel quite a lot. How exactly his personality, you know, he was a warrior, like very stern and so on, and that's why Reiner chose to imitate him and be like him. But so far I kind of like Galliard a lot more, especially how he calls Reiner on his bullshit, because Reiner definitely needs a reality check with everything he's done, everything he's been through, the way he lost his personality, their dual personalities on the island. He needs a reality check, and I'm glad Galliard is there to give it to him. Now, honestly, the most interesting character I've seen this episode is Peak, the girl, and she seems to be recovering from being a human again, from what I got there. She's also fighting quite a lot with Galliard. On his side, they're fighting together quite a lot. I feel like she might be one of the Titans, honestly. I'm not so sure what exactly her fighting is, but the way she's acting is very interesting, especially as a big sister or a way in a mother for the kids. Now also have the kids worried about the future, especially Udo, the one with the glasses. What's gonna happen to them with the Titans, the changing landscape of the war, and everything along those lines. They also see some prisoners of war who are kind of used like messengers to spread the propaganda of Marley that they're powerful and so on, returning them. There's a lot of propaganda in this episode. Now, sorry, we have Reiner coming, trying to calm down the kids, to support them, saying he's gonna be there for them, and trying to calm them down from their future thoughts, so to say. But we also have a flashback of Reiner during his student days when he was trying to be a warrior, just a glimpse over there with Annie, with everybody. Looking pretty good. I gotta say, Mappa has done an amazing job, especially with everything they have on their plate. Jujutsu, Attack on Titan. I'm sure there's more coming. But yeah, the animators are doing an amazing job. Hopefully they have a lot of free time also, and they're not being overworked. But who am I kidding? You guys know the anime industry. But damn, Attack on Titan is off to a very good start, especially after these first two episodes. Now, we have them on the train returning home, getting drunk, everybody celebrating what Gabi did during the war. Colt is the biggest offender, so to say, just pumping everybody up. Gabi seems to be the one who is gonna succeed the Armored Titan. Everybody's saying she will be the next one, but this is where the interesting parts happen, especially with Falco and Reiner, and I'll get to Zeke what he did in the end scene. But Falco is worried about the meaning of inheriting a Titan. What does it mean, especially with dying in a limited time after you get it? And this kind of gets Reiner mad over what he said and starts threatening him, scaring him to make the pledge for Marley, to be honored that inheriting the Titan, to force him to his determination, his fear, his respect. But there's a lot more to it than just scaring him straight to the propaganda. The thing he says at the end after scaring him, to save everybody from the fate we have, especially with them dying from the curse, especially Gabi. This is what pushes him over, and I feel there might be something more, especially with Reiner. Like I said, I'll get to Zeke, and probably Falco might also get involved in this weird triangle, so to say. Now, they finally get home. We find the name of the town, Liberio, their hometown. Colt, of course, is hungover, because why not? He can't really handle his drink. And Falco has the one of his inner thoughts saying he wants to free the Eldians from the war, and he thinks, can he trust Reiner after what he told him? I don't know, just keep that in mind, what Falco told him. Now we see them returning home, and I feel like this was just them returning and their families were still in those camps, like labor camps. So you guys know the treatment the Eldians are suffering, and they're still brainwashed with them being the evil ones, especially the ones on Paradise Island being the devils for leaving them behind and so on. Everything is messed up in Marley. Just the Eldian people are completely, honestly, insane with how they view the world. Granted, it's not their fault, most of them, because some of them actually know the truth and they still go through with it, but they're completely brainwashed. They're treated very poorly, like lower than the lowest, even as slaves, as scum, however you want to call them. And you will see when they return home, their families are still waiting behind the fence in the camps we saw in Grisha's flashback last season. Everybody uniting with their families after the war. Yeah, says a lot about Marley as a country. Now, we also have Gabby's parents, and it seems Gabby is Reiner's cousin. But the key moment that happened here with the reunion, we have some traumatized Eldians that spend too much time in the trenches with bombs, with getting attacked, with being overworked, and they're still being treated like shit, especially by the Marley soldier, just mocking them, making jokes at them, because hey, why not? I'm a piece of shit, let me prove it even more with this. Falco wants to take care of them, especially one of them who has his armband on the wrong arm. I don't know, that guy might be important, or maybe I'm just reading too much into stuff. But yeah, Marley as a country is a piece of shit, let's be honest. And this is where we finally get a family dinner with Gabby and Reiner, with their parents, their grandparents, and so on. And Reiner, being Reiner, talks about what happened on the island. But the way he talks about it, I feel like there might be more in the way he put it, because he says they're evil, but the way he describes it, saying especially about Sasha and the potato, with the way she didn't split the potato in half, they don't really care. He chose the most benign or simple example to make them evil. He could have gone way worse, or even told the truth in some cases, don't get me wrong. Even the ones on Paradise Island have done some very cruel things. But over here he just described the potato moment, talking about Connie a bit, the guy who forgets why he went to the bathroom, the irresponsible jerk who only thinks of himself being John, the overly irresponsible jerk, my bad, the overly responsible jerk who only thinks of other is Marco, the guy who only thinks of revenge is Eren, and the two that follow him, Mikasa and Armin. He kind of spoke between the lines, so to say. He knows they're not evil, and I don't know, maybe he was talking more to himself, but I feel like he was also trying to let his family know as subtly as he could that the ones on Paradise Island aren't what they're made out to be, with devils, scourge of the earth, and so on. But a curious thing has been said. His grandma, she said something very, very interesting. Now, worried that the ones on Paradise Island might attack with using giant titans that flatten the world. What does that mean? I feel like that might be very important. Is it some sort of prophecy, some secret weapon, or is it just propaganda and I'm reading too much into it? I don't know, but keep that one in mind for future stuff. Might be something something that in the way she said it, and nobody questioned it when she said giants that flatten the world. I feel like everybody knows about this except us. We don't have the full information. Now, after the dinner or during the dinner, somewhere else in town, there's a suicide. One of the soldiers just jumps off a building. I didn't really make out who he was. Was he somebody we've seen already? They don't even show his peacefully even after they discover his body. But this is where the interesting stuff happens with Zeke. He summons everybody to his room, the Titans, the one in the Eldians that are working under him, with him being the war chief. But he also says something very curious, that there's no brass in this room. Just remember that when I get to the end of the episode. Now, he's also talking his plans about getting the future Titan, the founding Titan back. But also have Peak on the couch, being there like a cat. I feel like she was very cute in that moment. I'm starting to like her quite, at least first impression. I still haven't seen more of her personality, who exactly she is, what her power is, what does she want to do. She seems very kind, but also very observant by the way she's talking, analyzing everything, even though she seems like an airhead and just being there because she's a good person. I feel like there's a lot more depth to her by the way she's, like I said, analyzing everything and feeling the situation, being able to understand all the word talk and so on. There might be a lot more to pick. Now we have Zeke having a plan, especially to spread more propaganda. They need a face of this mission or of this war again, and the face is gonna be the Tybur family, or a narrator as he called them. Now this Tybur family, to find out that they have the Warhammer Titan, one of the 9s, but it's not shown what exactly that power is. Of course something related with a hammer, but some more details of it, how strong is it, and along those lines. We find out that they're a very influential family. They were one of the families that drove off the king back in the war. So they're a key part in Zeke's plan to start the mission to recover the Titan, use them as the face of this entire thing, trying to change opinions and so on, just spreading more and more propaganda. Now, while they're having their conversation, they're also being listened. Just remember, even though Zeke and the others are warriors, they're still Eldians and seen lower than Marley citizens. They're being listened by the brass, by soldiers in a back room over there. And one of them was also very curious as to what Zeke said. Not in this room. There's no brass in this room. Now, Zeke either knows something or he's planning something. Reiner is also very worried about going back to the island, thinking about it. And this is where I want to talk. We have Zeke with the thing he said in the room. Reiner with what he said to Falco about saving the Eldians from their faith. The way he described the Paradise people to his family, and Falco thinking of saving Gabby, especially from the fate of inheriting a Titan. Now, they either want to do something serious to spread more Marley shenanigans, or they want to go against Marley, Zeke, Reiner and Falco. I don't know what exactly they're planning, but there's something happening behind the scenes, especially with these three characters. I honestly don't know, but from what I've seen so far, I don't see Zeke actually betraying Marley. He's just full on for Marley from what I've seen so far. Everything he's done, the way he's talking, what he's willing to do. And he only has 1 year left. He wants to redeem himself, but I may be wrong. I just don't know. I honestly don't see Zeke going against them, but there's that small chance over there. Reiner, I can see him, especially after the last seasons, with his personality, the way he had dual personality and so on, everything he's been through, what he's seen of the Paradise Island people. I can see him going against Marley, especially after what he said to Falco. The way he's seeing the world around him now, he's changed quite a lot. I don't know what he's gonna do or what he's planning to do, but there's definitely something going on there between the two of them and with Falco. Now, overall, a very interesting episode. I'm glad we're seeing more of the other side of Marley, instead of just focusing on Paradise Island. Don't get me wrong, I want to see Eren, I want to see Mikasa, I want to see Armin, I want to see them again, especially in this season, but I like the episode so far because we're discovering more of the world. We're not just stuck on the island. As for next episode, I'm curious how this mission is gonna go with starting the recovery plan for the founding titan, and I'm enjoying it quite a lot. Now I leave the questions off to you guys. What did you think about this episode, especially seeing more of Marley? What do you think about Zeke, Reiner and Falco? What are they trying to do, or what does it mean? Especially that suicide also. There might be something more to it, or maybe not. And those giants flattening the world. So thank you very much for watching. Keep enjoying Attack on Titan. Remember to like and subscribe. It means quite a lot to me, and it also helps me a lot. My bad, I'm losing my voice, it seems. And you guys get the latest videos on the series I follow. Now I'll see you again on the next one. Bye bye.